Hello, beautiful people. In today's reading, we are looking at the soulmate that you are currently attracting or that you are currently connected to. So your next or current soulmate, and we're looking at who they are, what they're like. We're trying to understand them better and exploring their energy. We will also look at the dynamic between the two of you and try to get some details about the connection itself and how it plays out. And we will also get advice on how to bring this person closer if this is someone you would like to manifest, or how to improve your connection with them if you are already connected to this person. But all the advice is optional and you have free will. I already gave this reminder in the readings themselves, but I wanted to say it again now. You have free will and nothing is set in stone. We are just exploring the energies of what is becoming available to you or what is available to you, but what you decide to do with that is up to you. And we also have an extended reading where we're looking into your next or first meeting with this person. We're looking at both of your energies, and we're looking at the outcome, the general energy of the situation as well. We are looking at signs and synchronicities that you may experience around this connection and this person. We're also getting initials, and we are also getting channeled messages in the extended, and that's all. And if you would like to join me there, you can find the links for that in the description box below. The giveaway is still going on. All the information for that is also in the description box below. But basically, all you have to do is comment if you are already subscribed to this channel. If not, you would also have to subscribe because it is a subscriber giveaway. And besides that, what else is there? Is there anything else? Personal readings are still available. All the links for that are also in the description box below. And that was the last thing I had to say. So now I will leave you to focus on which deck calls to you the most, and I will see you soon. Hello, my beautiful pile ones, and welcome to your reading. Today we're looking into your next or current soulmate that is in your life. And we will start with some oracle cards, then we will clarify with the tarot. And we will also get some advice on how to manifest this person or to improve your relationship with them if you already know them. And the advice is, of course, optional. You don't have to want this person in your life or want to improve your relationship with them. That part is entirely up to you. But just know that this energy is or is becoming available to you. That's essentially what we are exploring. So we'll look at who this person is, what they're like, and with the tarot, we will look into how your relationship could be or would be, and kind of we'll look into their energy towards you. Kind of a little bit of a mix of everything. That's what we'll be doing with the tarot. And in the extended readings today, we will look at your next or first meeting with this person. We will look at any signs or synchronicities that you may receive related to this person. And we will also get tons of channeled messages from them. And anything else that comes through, we'll see. But essentially, it is now time to get into your reading. We're starting off with integrity. Then we have Earth, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo energies could be significant, as well as Aries energy. We have Don Juan, upright, spotlights your positive, seductive qualities. We have the storyteller, ability to experience and express life through stories and symbols. We have the trickster, transcending convention, stuffiness, and predictable behavior. We have fear. I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. Forgiveness. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. We have the 8 of Cups. And we have the Hanged One. Pisces energy could be significant as well. This is someone I feel who has focused a lot on their personal journey, a lot on their own growth, and it really feels almost like a 180 in the sense that maybe in the past, maybe growing up, or maybe in their teens, or in their early adulthood, depending on how old this person would be for you. This person may have had a lot of trauma or a lot of like self-limiting beliefs, patterns that were rooted in past trauma, that were manifesting in their personal relationships, that were really affecting how they were showing up. And I feel like this person has consciously uprooted these tendencies, these beliefs, these patterns, and they could still be working on these, but it feels like they've gotten a huge chunk of work done. Like they have really improved their own approach to relationships. They have really tackled their own fears. They have battled their anxieties. They could still be doing this to some extent, but this person has done some work on themselves that I think they should be proud of, because this is an energy of incredible growth. This is an energy of someone who has been searching for their own authentic self, someone who has been working to evolve into a version of themselves that they want to be. I think this is someone who is quite grounded in their own identity and someone who is secure in their own beliefs, in their own perspectives, in their own self. I think this is someone who has built a very strong relationship with their own self, someone who understands that they are the only person that will be there for 100% of their life. So they better become good friends with their own self rather than kind of always putting themselves through negative self-talk, always kind of talking themselves out of taking risks. I feel like this person has transcended those boundaries, those limitations. And this is someone who, I'm thinking of the word accumulated, though I don't know why, but let's go with it. This is someone who has accumulated a lot of love for everything around them. I think this is someone who feels very connected to nature. I think this is someone who maybe in the past had to mature very fast as a child, or they could have had a parent figure or a caregiver who kind of taught them that being stoic is better, being unemotional is better, or not expressing their emotions is better, because then they don't appear weak. It feels like they may have been exposed to a belief in the past and kind of integrated that into their own self. But since then, I feel like this person has really been working on reversing that belief. I think now this is someone who is also experiencing a lot of like playful, childlike energies. It feels like they've liberated themselves, like they are able to connect with their inner child easily, and they're able to express themselves from that space as well. Meaning, I think this is someone who can really have fun, who enjoys the simple moments in life, the simple things in life, someone who is open to giving and receiving love, someone who isn't afraid to experience their emotions, someone who isn't afraid to connect with other people. Not anymore. There's something very playful about their energy, but also something that's a bit more stubborn. I think this person knows who they are, and they will stay true to that no matter what. This isn't someone who's going to compromise who they are, their identity, for another situation. This isn't someone who's going to make themselves small to make other people comfortable. I'm also getting a very open-minded energy from this person. Like, they could be very open to exploring their own spirituality. Especially if this is something that you're interested in as well. This connection could be a gateway to explore your own spiritualities more for both of you. I think this is someone who is very confident, but in a quiet way. And I think that makes them very attractive. They may have very striking eyes, or very striking, like a very striking stare, like very striking eyebrows, very kind of sharp, there's something sharp about their face. I don't know what exactly I mean by that, but what I'm getting is like their stare, or maybe their cheekbones. Something feels very sharp. I think this person has matured emotionally. Maybe at first when they were younger, because there was no other choice, because they had to mature very fast as a result of their past experiences, or as a result of a lack of affection or softness, or someone looking out for them. It feels like they've moved from these very heavy, constrained energies to achieving, I don't want to call it achieving, but to really improving their emotional intelligence, really maturing in that sense. And while at first it may have been a little bit of a rocky patch for this person, I feel like they've turned their life and their approach to life around. I think this is someone who's very honest and very straightforward as well. Like, this is someone who means what they say. They say it's okay, it really is okay. They say it's fine, it's really fine. They say they're bored, they're really bored. Like, I feel like there isn't a whole lot to read between the lines with this person. It feels like they're very clear on their intentions, and very clear on how they express themselves. There may still be some ups and downs in terms of expressing themselves, or again, still healing through some past beliefs. But for the most part, I feel like this is someone who's grounded and secure in their own self. They may have a really good sense of humor as well, or a sense of humor that really matches yours. They may also have some kind of artistic talent that they express themselves with. Could be music, could be painting or writing, making their own music, could be singing, rapping. This is someone who wants to do meaningful work, or someone who wants to leave some kind of mark of their presence on Earth. But I also think this is someone who is quite realistic. to the point where some of their dreams may be a bit like subdued. But I have the sense that combined with your energy, this person is able to dream bigger. There is something very complementary about this person's energy to yours. And I'm not really like looking at you right now or looking at you in depth, but there is something, I just see these two figures like hugging and they fit perfectly. But they are two wholes, two independent pieces, but then they can work together so well. And I feel like this would be the dynamic of this connection. And of course, you know yourself best and how you would work with this kind of person. But that's just the feeling that I get from this. So while this person may be someone who grounds you more, who kind of helps you see things from a more practical angle, you may inspire this person to dream bigger. I also feel like this is someone who's very loyal. Like, if they decide that they want you, they're not suddenly going to change their mind. This isn't someone who's going to play games. And we have the trickster here, but don't let that alarm you. I feel like maybe in the past, this person was unsure of themselves and they found themselves in situations that may have not been ideal, that the dynamic may have been very lopsided, but I feel like this person has learned. There's a lot of growth in their energy, a lot of growth that they've experienced. I think it's important for this person to be able to be a safe space for the people that they love, the people that they care about, and to be a safe space for their own self as well. And that's why I think their own relationship with their own self matters to them so much. Because they know that they're kind of stuck with themselves for the rest of their life. So they better make it work. This person may also be a bit sarcastic at times. But let's get into the tarot. I'm curious to see more about the dynamic of this connection. We have the Ace of Pentacles, actually, no, we have the Nine of Pentacles, and we have the Ace of Pentacles. Very grounded energy, very sure of themselves, and I think this person will admire you a lot, or already does, depending on where you're at, whether you know this person or not. I will just speak in the present tense for the sake of simplicity. I completely spaced out. This sometimes happens when I'm doing readings, and I completely forget what I was just saying. It's kind of strange, but happens. We have the King of Pentacles. We have the Six of Swords. We have the Ten of Pentacles, so many pentacles. We have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. You or this person may come from a family where the parents were not together, or kind of the home situation may have not been very stable. And I think this person, if this situation is on their end, it's very important to them to provide a safe space for the people that they love, for their family. I think this is someone who is very family oriented, though in the past they may have not had too many opportunities to experience this part of their personality, this part of their self. So they may have not had a safe family space. If this energy is on your end, having more of an unstable household in the past, I feel like it's very important to this person that you get to experience that. And I feel like this is someone who would want to settle down. Like, this isn't someone who would just want to date casually or do things casually. This is someone who would take you and your connection very seriously. We have the King of Cups. Can we clarify? Ooh, thank you. We have Strength. I'm not going to take the rest of the cards that fell out because it is way too many. But we also have Judgment that flew onto the floor, so we're going to take that one. Aquarius energy could be significant. As well as Leo with the Strength card. Can we clarify the Nine of Pentacles? And that is the Ten of Cups that flew out. We have my two favorite tens, the Pentacles and the Cups. We have my two favorite kings, Pentacles and the Cups. I also love Swords and Wands. I don't want to pick favorites, but I really like the meaning of the Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups, because to me they represent emotional fulfillment, emotional safety. They represent reciprocated energies, or teamwork kind of energies, especially the Ten of Pentacles. To me, it's about stability and it's about togetherness. It's about having strong foundations. And I feel like this connection, before anything, will have very strong foundations. I think this person will prove to you that you can trust them. Even if you have difficulty trusting people, maybe caused by past experiences that you've had, or maybe through past intimate connections or family connections that you've had. But I feel like this person, it's important to them that you trust them, not because they will misuse your trust or take advantage of it, but because it's important to them that you have a safe space together, that they are able to provide as well. I think providing could be important to this person, like being a provider, providing for the people that they care about. There's something very family oriented about this person. Like, they will protect their tribe, their loved ones, at all costs. I think they're very gentle and level-headed and kind of just doing their own thing most of the time, but if someone tries to mess with someone that they care about, I think then their energy changes and they become fiercely protective. If they, like, detect any real threat or any real someone with real bad intentions, or someone that could potentially harm someone that they care about. But otherwise, like small everyday drama or things like that, I think this person isn't really bothered by stuff like that at all. I think in that case, they just kind of let people be and stay out of their energy. I don't think they like drama. I think they like things to be straightforward and simple. No bullshit. They say it as it is. And I think this person, you will make them so happy. And it feels like your inner, both of your inner children, both of your inner children, I feel like they're just going to thrive in each other's presence. This is someone who is able to feel emotions very deeply, though they may not express them very quickly. And it feels like the attraction between the two of you builds gradually. Like, I mean, the chemistry or the initial attraction could be instant, but it also feels like there is a significant friendship or some kind of companionship energy underneath it all. Like, this is definitely not something based on pure attraction. It's not something based on lust, though I do think there is a lot of attraction between the two of you. There is also a whole lot of support, a whole lot of loyalty, a whole lot of love that I think deepens with every experience that you have together. This feels like a connection where there are a lot of experiences to learn, a lot of experiences to become more confident in your own identity. It feels like you are able to maintain your independence and your own self without getting like completely meshed together. And it feels like you support each other endlessly on your individual endeavors, and that it gives both of you strength to know that you have each other's backs. And it doesn't really matter what the rest of the world thinks or does. This is a very strong bond. Like, this is partnership energy. This is someone who has your back and who makes you feel that. And at first, it may be difficult to get used to this energy, especially if this is not the kind of connection you've experienced in the past. But this feels like someone who will hold your hand as you heal, as you tackle some anxieties or fears that you may have. This is someone who will not judge you or shame you for the ways that you are feeling. This is someone who will do their best to understand, and you may not see eye to eye all the time, but in the end, all this person wants, I think, is peace and love and happiness in your connection. They're not out to cause drama. They're not out to get you. They're not out to involve other people in your connection. I think their intentions are pure, and I think it shows in every way that they approach you. Let's get some oracle cards. This deck was a gift to me by the beautiful Christina. I will link down the deck below so you can check it out for yourself. But I've worked with this once so far because I got it yesterday, and I really like it. I would recommend that you check it out. If you feel called to this deck. I also really like the edges. I don't know how, if you can see. We have commitment. I told you this person is not out to play games. Dedication, loyalty, devotion. We have chaos, confusion, turmoil, falling apart. It feels like this is the breaking down of any fears or anxieties that are kind of haunting you still. It feels like for both of you, there may be some tower moments about your own patterns, about your own beliefs. Because as I said, while this person seems to have worked through a lot of their trauma, a lot of their anything that was holding them back, I feel like the work is not necessarily fully done. And I feel like it could be the same for you as well, where you are also still growing, still evolving, still healing. And I think this goes on for a lifetime, but I also feel like with this commitment and chaos in this relationship, in this connection, you will have a safe space where you can break down these boundaries that you may have. And it may not be easy. It probably will not be easy because healing it's not that simple. So there may be moments where both of you or one of you gets triggered. But at the same time, I think that says nothing about the trust and the connection that the two of you share. I don't think it changes anything about that. Both of you may get triggered at times, and this connection will not be perfect because no connection is. But that is okay, because it doesn't have to be perfect. If it was perfect, it would probably be kind of boring. But the thing is, you're both humans, and neither of you is perfect, and this connection will not be either. But I feel like this is a connection made up of two people with pure intentions towards each other, two people who want to grow and who want to have a healthy connection, who want to approach each other from a place of understanding and love. Two people who don't want to hold resentment towards each other, and two people who are learning to not hold resentment towards their own self. Two people who are learning self-compassion, self-love, kindness, and who want to share love, compassion, and kindness with each other as well. We have expansion, growth, progress. I think this is very self-explanatory. And we have allow, flow, trust, surrender. I think there is something very comfortable about this connection, where even if you tend to overthink a lot of things, this feeling of safety that this person will genuinely make you feel, I think you will be able to let any intrusive thoughts flow through you. Like, even if they flow in, I feel like this connection gives you a safe space to know that all is well. This person is not hiding anything. There's nothing between the lines that you have to read, that you are safe. And there may be thoughts and emotions that are unwanted that may still come to you, but I feel like you are able to allow them to leave you as well instead of haunt you for ages. And I cut the deck and we have purge, cleanse, clear, release. I think this is essentially purging anything that may still be holding you back. I think this connection has so much potential for growth. And I feel like it gives both of you so much space to experience this growth. So if you are with this person already, or if you've met them already and there are triggers coming up, this could especially be the case in the more beginning stages of the connection as you kind of adjust to this person and their energy and being in this kind of connection. But don't let those triggers deter you. They're not, I feel like in this case, they're not warning signs, or they're not saying like, watch out or something's wrong. I think they're just saying, hey, it seems like you're hurting here about this. Maybe you want to look into it more. Maybe you want to understand why this makes you hurt or why this makes you feel that way. And maybe you want to, I feel like one thing that is coming through is you have to see this situation for what it is and not as like a projection of things from your past, because this really feels clear. The energy feels pure. Like this person is not out to get you. And they truly have your back. But one example I like to give in situations like this is when you are sitting in the dark and then someone suddenly turns the lights on, your eyes get all like all weird and uncomfortable for a second, and it takes a second to adjust. And I feel like that's all what this would be about. And that's not, of course, there may be exceptions, and trust your own intuition before mine. But for most of you, it feels like just that there may be a period of adjustment with this person. And this may also be a mutual energy or vice versa. But if there is an adjustment period, it is just because sometimes coming from a very dark space, or just a dark space, it's not easy to sit in the light or to see things in the light. But being in the light also allows you to see your wounds more clearly, which might make you feel like you're very triggered or there's something wrong. But it's most likely that you are seeing your wounds more clearly. Because in the dark, maybe it's harder to identify them. Maybe it feels more mushed together because you can't see. And by being in the dark, I mean being in situations that are not serving you, with people that are not looking out for you or that may not match your energy. But for most of you, I feel like, I want to say for all of you, but because this is a general reading, that's why I'm like not saying this with 100% certainty. But just know that that's the reason why I'm not saying this with 100% certainty, and it's not because I'm secretly picking up on something weird or anything. This energy is very clear to me, but I just want to highlight that you gotta trust your own intuition first. Not your anxiety or your fears, but your own intuition. If your intuition is tapping at you quietly, if you have that inner knowing that something is wrong, then I would recommend listening to it. But if where the sense of something is wrong, but if you feel like let me say this again. If you feel like something is wrong and you feel that it is not coming from a place of inner knowing, but from a place of thinking this is what happened in the past, or This is how people have been to me before, so it will repeat itself. If it's based in certain beliefs that you have deep down, then it may come from a place of anxiety or fear, which I think would be the case for most of you if you are with this person and you are feeling like doubts. Doubts are normal to have in any connection because we're human. We doubt things. And that's normal. It doesn't mean there's something wrong. Sometimes it can just mean that you are adjusting. But you know yourself best, and you will know this situation much better than me when it comes to you, or you already know it much better if you already are in this situation. So, yeah, basically what I'm trying to say is it's important that you trust your intuition, but that you don't mix it up with anxiety or fear-based thoughts. All right, now let's get some advice on... Let me get the advice card, so... Get some advice on how to connect more with this person if they are already in your life, or how you can call this person in closer if you feel like this is someone you would like. We have engagement. Today I make the conscious choice to engage with the world in an active way. Very interesting. I'll take a new route and talk to strangers. I will smell flowers and pet dogs and maybe walk around barefoot for a while if I'm not inside a 7-Eleven. At the very least, I'll have a day that's slightly more interesting than average. And at the most, I'll have a startling epiphany or make a friend who will change my life forever. No pressure. What I take from this is stay open to new experiences. You might meet this person in an unexpected way, in a social setting, or just randomly on the street. Maybe in a meet cute way, even. If this is the card we're getting for advice on how to bring them closer. To enjoy something, I simply need to add joy to it. Joy is like butter. I can put it on anything and it'll make it way better. Today, I will add joy to everything, really slather it on. Today, apparently this is an American popcorn brand, which I did not know. But now we all know of joy. And life's popcorn is about to get it. We have trust. I trust that everything will be okay in the end, partly because I simply know it in my gut, and also because it's way more fun to live with trust and confidence than to be a defensive wiener. Bottom deck energy is self-love. I openly embrace a feeling of self-love, the PG kind. I love myself because I understand myself. I love myself as the most committed partner I will ever have. I show myself love any way that I can, and when I screw up, I remember to be sweet and gentle with myself. If not, I'm gonna make myself sleep on the couch. Got that, self? This is what I was talking about when I said you are the only person that will be there for 100% of your life, and I feel like this person embodies that energy. And if you are not already building a strong foundation, a strong relationship with your own self, now might be a good time to pour some more energy into that and into yourself and into getting to know yourself better, getting to know your needs, desires, so that you can be clear about what you want and what you expect from connections as well. Because I think open communication can only help a connection when both people want to make it work and want to resolve conflict. So don't be afraid to express how you're feeling. Don't be afraid to express your needs and desires, because while sometimes we may assume that people can read our minds, most of the times they can't. So we have to tell them. And sometimes it's uncomfortable, especially if you have an anxious attachment style. It may be difficult to express your desires out of a fear of this person thinking you're too much, or this person abandoning you. First of all, know that you are not too much. Your emotions are not too much. Your reactions, they're reactions to things that you are seeing and experiencing. They are not too much. Your desires are not too much. And your needs are not too much. I'm gonna bet that your needs are probably like the bare minimum or something. Like, I am only saying this because I have the sense that maybe some of you have the tendency to make yourself small for other people, but know that you shouldn't ever have to. Maybe in your past experiences, you learned that that's what will make people stay or like you, but I think it's important that you understand that if someone thinks you're too much or blames you for feeling too many things or anything of that sort, it's not a you problem. It's a them problem, and it doesn't say anything about you, but it says a lot about them, because they also have lots of emotions and reactions, and both of your emotions and reactions can coexist. And one of you shouldn't have to make yourself small to make it work. Relationships are about compromise, but it's not about just one person compromising all the time and completely changing themselves to make it work. And with this person, I feel like they will see you for who they are and accept you for who they are. You're not going to have to feel like you have to make yourself small to be liked or accepted, because you don't. Even if in the past people may have made you feel that way, you don't have to make yourself small. Don't. Like, you are you for a reason. You are unique. You don't want to just get rid of all of those qualities or hide them. You deserve to experience yourself for who you really are. That's essentially what I mean. I feel like I'm rambling a bit in this pile, though. I just feel like there are a lot of tangents to go on. And if this is unsolicited advice, I guess it kind of is. And if you don't like it, if it doesn't resonate with you, please just ignore it completely. And anyway, the last card we have is Power. I am strong, I am grounded, I am powerful. I'm like a cross between a dinosaur and a tank, but not a tank that is used for war. I'm like a peaceful, loving dino tank who feels so strong it doesn't need to do anything but be. And when I talk about, I'm going back to this, but I have to say one thing. When I talk about making yourself small or like feeling like people will not accept you, I'm not trying to accuse you of anything. If you are experiencing these feelings, they're completely normal. They're nothing to be ashamed of. They're not weird. They don't make you weak. It doesn't mean anything. It just means you're having a human reaction to a human experience that you had. That's all it is. And whatever I say with love. But yeah, on this note, this is all I have for you, and we will continue with this reading in the extended, where we will look at your first or next meeting with this person, any signs and synchronicities that you may receive around this connection, as well as channeled messages. But if you are not joining me in the extended, which is also perfectly okay, and thank you for being here with me in the main reading and sharing your energy with me. I'm sending you lots of love. Take care and bye. Hello, my beautiful pile twos, and welcome to your reading. In today's reading, we are looking at your next or current soulmate, and first we will start by getting to know them. And we will start with these oracle cards to look into that, and then with the tarot we will clarify how your connection may be. We'll look into the dynamic of your connection, and we will also get some advice on how to manifest this person, or how to bring them closer to you if you haven't met them, and how to improve your connection with them if you do already know them. And just as a reminder, just because this energy is coming through, it does not mean that it is set in stone and you must accept this person into your life, or that you must pursue them. You still have free will, you still have the choice, so nothing is set in stone. This is not forced. It's whatever you want, but just know that this energy is becoming available to you, or is available to you. That's all that we are exploring right now. So let's get into this. And there will also be an extended reading where we look at your next or first meeting with this person, depending on your situation. We will be looking at signs and synchronicities you may see about this person or experience about this person and this connection. And we will also get channeled messages. Okay, now we can get into this reading. We have number 1, awaken. We have the sun, Leo energy could be significant. We have the full moon, Cancer energy could be significant. We have the warrior, child divine. We have judge. We have purpose, I know what I'm here to do. Adversity, I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. We have the Empress, Libra, or Taurus energies could be significant. And we have the 10 of Wands in reverse. This is someone who has learned to foster a lot of compassion towards their own self and a lot of self-love. I think these themes are very, very important to this person currently, and possibly also at the time of your meeting. They may be someone who dealt with a lot of trauma from their childhood. They may have had a parent figure who was absent, because there is almost this energy to this person where something in the past made them become harsh towards their own self and insecure, and it feels like it may have been caused by someone else's treatment of them. That said, this person has been working consistently and purposefully on their own self. They have not given up on themselves. This is someone, while they may have been very harsh and judgmental and critical towards their own self in the past, and while this may still be something that they could still be dealing with or struggling with, this is someone that understands that they are not this or that. They are not good or bad. They are in a gray area. They are yin and yang. They are a multifaceted human being, multidimensional. They are not just one thing. And from that, I feel like this person may be someone who is cautious, because I think it's taken them a lot of time and a lot of effort to get to the point with themselves that they're at right now. And this point, I think, is where they're able to accept themselves for who they are and to make peace with who they are, make peace with past mistakes that they have made, or I feel like they're at least trying to make peace with their own self. I think this is someone who has experienced a lot of growth and yet is still consistently growing. I think they've learned a lot about their own self and what feels good to them, about their boundaries through relationships. But I think they're still making sense of all of these as well. This is someone who may have also recently had a significant spiritual experience, maybe through psychedelics or some kind of ritual, like ayahuasca, for example. Won't be the case for every single one of you, and it definitely won't be psychedelics for everyone, but it feels like this person may have had a significant spiritual experience lately. This could have happened in a dream. It could have happened through meditation. And I feel like this may have come to this person at a time where they weren't really looking to explore their spirituality necessarily. It feels like it just happened and then woke them up to a whole new version of their own reality and their own self. So I do still see a lot of deepening in their own connection with their own self that is still happening. I think this person is a fighter, and I think they signed up for people who won't fight for themselves as well. Like, I feel like this is someone who is an advocate for other people whose voices are not being heard. So I think this is someone who's able to express themselves loudly and clearly. I feel like they've gotten very good at that. And so I think they may speak up a lot of unfair situations, social injustice, gender inequality, and things along these lines. I think this is someone who is very accepting, but someone who's also very fair. Like, fairness is important to this person. If something doesn't seem right to them, they will speak up about it. If something is not equal, they will speak up about it. If something feels off, they will say it. This isn't someone who will just stay silent while something that they feel unfair is happening. So I think they're very outspoken in that sense. And I think they can be quite like menacing if they want to be. But overall, I think they're a very gentle soul. And you may feel like you've known them forever already, because there is a very strong sense of resonance that is coming through that I feel will manifest between the two of you, or will already be there between the two of you, or is already there between the two of you, depending on where you are with this connection right now. This is someone who understands, who knows themselves well in terms of their talents and their interests and their passions. I think they've figured that out, though they may still have certain insecurities about their own self and about their own self that they're still working through, which is entirely normal. But I think they appear very confident, regardless of whatever insecurities they may be working through. So they may come off very charismatic, very talkative, very, like, kind of mysterious, in the sense that you want to get to know them more. I think they have a very attractive energy, and they could also be very attractive physically. But I think it's more so about, like, regardless of appearance, there is something very, very attractive about their energy and the way they express themselves and the way they seem to, like, be ambitious about something, about a passion of theirs, whether this is some kind of art, whether this is some kind of career, whether this is teaching other people. They may be in an academic profession, or they may still be studying as well, like going for a PhD or something of that sort. But this feels like a lifelong student kind of person. Like, they're never done learning. and they don't want to be done learning. They want to know as much as they can possibly know. But there may be certain things where their mind was a bit more closed off. Like, for example, spirituality. Their own spirituality may have been left a bit more unexplored because they were distracted or focused on other things, other aspects of their life. And it feels like right now, as we are tapping into this energy, it's a time for a lot of spiritual growth for them. Like they're catching up. That's what it feels like. And I get the sense that for some of you, you may have already met this person and experienced a separation with them, but that won't be the case for every single one of you. I think this person has a very big heart, and I think they sometimes may feel bogged down by the weight of the world. Sometimes I think it's hard for them to differentiate between like their own personal problems and then the problems of the world. They may feel weighed down equally by all of it. They may take a lot of responsibility for the world, where them just as a single person may not have so much power or a say in certain things that they are very, very concerned about. So I think at times this person may feel desperate, like they can't help people or they can't be there for people as much as they want to. I think they have a lot that they would like to give and share. I think community and connectedness and friendships are especially important to this person, that they have a support network and that they are part of other people's support network as well. But they may feel responsible for a lot of people and for people that they don't even know at all too. I think they have a very strong sense of that responsibility that may sometimes make them take on more than they are able to carry. So I think they're still experiencing some ups and downs as they develop their perception of the world around them and develop new ways of interacting with the world around them as well. But I think this is essentially someone who is selfless, someone who is learning to have better boundaries as well, because it feels like they understand that boundaries are necessary and healthy. And it's not wrong to have them or to want them. It's not mean. It's okay, and it's natural to want and need boundaries. And I think this is someone who is learning that as well. For some of you, this person may have a more of an androgynous, like, energy. And what I mean by that is, like, their energy internally, it feels quite... Not internally, the way they appear more so. Because internally, I feel like there's more going on with this person than what is, like, visible to the outside. I don't think they're very expressive necessarily in that sense, but I think they are a very good listener and someone who would like rather listen to other people's problems than necessarily make their own problems other people's as well. Like they'd rather take more than give more, if that makes sense. I feel like this is someone who tries to deal with their issues on their own and that they're still learning that it is okay to use and tap into their support network as well, because the people around them are there because they care about them, not because they are forced to be there. And it is not always this person's responsibility to take care of everyone else. It is okay for them to ask for help and to be taken care of as well. I think this is a balance that they are learning, but at the same time, externally, I think they come off very like composed, like they have it all together. I think they come off very balanced. And I think they come off very at peace with their own self. I don't think this is something that they do on purpose. I don't think they try to appear different to other people. I think, or like to impress other people or anything. I think it more so comes from a place of not wanting to burden anyone else. A little bit of hyper independency is coming through, which may be something they learned in childhood, especially if they had an absent parent figure or a caregiver that was not there when their needs were not, if their needs were not met when they were younger. They may have learned that they have to do it all on their own. But I do think this is something that they are learning and slowly letting go of as well. This is someone who is currently experiencing a lot of growth, a lot of transformations, a lot of change in their life. And this may also be the case when you meet this person, that they are still in a bit of a chaotic energy, but we will get into that more in the extended. But let's get into the tarot now and see the dynamic of this connection, how this dynamic may develop. We have the High Priestess and the Four of Wands. Beautiful energies. You may feel a very deep soul connection to this person and them to you, like an unforgettable, undeniable kind of familiarity. Let's see. We have the moon in reverse. Cancer energy could be significant, as well as Pisces. Okay, we had the Five of Wands, but it reversed, like it flipped back into the deck. So I will just let it be for now. And if it wants to come out again, it will. We have the King of Pentacles. If you have history with this person, both of you may have projected insecurities onto each other. This could have been an immensely triggering connection, especially if you met at a time where this person had less things figured out and where maybe you also had less things figured out. But if you haven't met this person yet, I'm not saying that this indicates that if you meet them, you will be triggered. I just feel like looking at the background of where this person seems to be coming from, it's possible that it may have been a connection with a lot of triggers that you experienced together. We have the Chariot, some more Cancer energy, and we have the Four of Wands coming through again. I'm hearing being held by you feels like coming home. We have the Four of Swords. I don't remember if I said that anymore because I was just focused on the fact that being embraced by you feels like coming home. Can we clarify the moon in reverse? I'm hearing Hey Soul Sister by, is it by Train? Is that what they were called? But you know the song. Maybe there is a message for someone somewhere in there. If you feel called to do so, you can look it up, look at the lyrics. Can we clarify the moon in reverse? We have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. For some of you, it does feel like in the past of this connection, maybe things just weren't coming together. But then again, once again, if this is someone you haven't met yet, don't be alarmed. I'm not saying that like things will not come together. I'm not getting anything around that necessarily. But it does feel like for some of you, this may be someone that you already have some history with and that it has been difficult for both of you, but that doesn't indicate, having triggers doesn't indicate that you didn't care about each other or don't have love for each other, because this is a very deep connection. It really feels like coming home, or someone like from your home being there with you, even if you are from completely different places. Or completely different backgrounds, different cultures, different like countries, different cities, different continents. We have the Magician, Virgo, or Gemini energies could be significant. Throughout your connection, I think this person remains ambitious. I think there may be a lot of travels that the two of you go on together, whether physically or mentally. Because there is something about this connection where it feels like you feel so safe that you feel safe enough to explore things that you've always wanted to, whether these are places or concepts, experiences. And there is a very, 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 very strong sense of attraction to this person. There is that familiarity. We have the Six of Cups. I also saw the Seven of Wands coming out. So in the past of this connection, there may have been some self-sabotage. If you haven't met this person yet, it's possible that in the beginning of this connection, some triggers surface. But at the same time, it feels like currently this person is at a stage where they would be able to calmly discuss some things that in the past may have maybe sent them running. There is such a strong sense of warmth and home. And I think there is a lot of intellectual attraction. I think this person loves hearing about your mind, especially. And I think there's a lot of admiration towards you as well, where they see you as someone who is very accomplished. I think they're very inspired by you. I think you make more things seem possible to this person. And maybe this is an energy that goes both ways. Maybe they make you feel the same way as well. It's like meeting each other makes both of you believe more in the magic of the universe. That's kind of what it feels like. It's like meeting each other allows you to have more trust in the universe and your own life path as well. We have the Page of Swords. I think eventually both of you cultivate an environment where both of you are able to work on yourselves individually, but you have a lot of, it feels like you both achieve a lot of milestones within this connection, like not just together, but on your own as well, and that there is a lot to celebrate. It also feels like you're surrounded by a big group of people as well. So it could be that someone has a big family and you merge families in the future of this connection, but it could also be that both of you bring in your friend circles and everyone kind of becomes friends and starts hanging out together as well. It just feels like big soul family energy. And you may connect a lot with this person in your dreams as well. Both of you may receive a lot of signs and synchronicities around this connection. And for this person, this may be a first. It may be like their first time becoming aware of certain synchronicities, certain repeating numbers, certain repeating words in their life, or like, I don't know, feathers that follow them, animals, a specific animal that follows them. And it feels like you would help them make sense of this eventually as well. Once this connection unfolds more and you're at a point where you can be like very, very honest about your experiences with each other. I think already the sense of like not being judged will be present. Is there anything else that wants to come through? Otherwise, we will move on to the, oh, we have Judgment coming out. I think when you meet this person, or if you have met this person, you will know, because there is something undeniably familiar about this person. Like, it feels like a very strong sense of inner knowing of either I've met this person before, or I'll meet this person again, or there is something here that I would like to explore. It feels like a very strong sense of recognition, and I think it goes both ways, though they may word it differently, or they may interpret it differently. I feel like there is a very, very, very deep recognition here between the two of you. I'm hearing domestic bliss. I'm just gonna give this 3 more shuffles to see if there's anything else that would like to come through. I just saw the 10 of Wands in reverse again, and we had it already in the beginning of your reading as well. So I feel like there is a lot of relief that both of you feel through this connection, a lot of lightness, like you help each other deal with whatever you're carrying, and you help each other get rid of whatever isn't serving you anymore. Whether these are situations in your life or beliefs or a career, whatever it may be, I think there is a lot of mutual support, a lot of reciprocity in all of the energies in this connection. That doesn't mean that it has to be perfect, because I think essentially no relationship is perfect. And there's nothing wrong with that. I feel like there is a lot of appreciation for your authentic selves here. Though it may not be very easy to make this connection come together, it feels like there may be certain interruptions. And I don't want to generalize, but it feels like it may not be the quickest moving connection, essentially. Like, it feels like the feelings are instant, but then the practical aspect of it is a little bit behind. Like, things don't happen in the way that you would like them to, but at the same time, it feels almost like an intervention. Like, some things need to be figured out better, or some things need to be understood clearer or understood more. So there may be some delays. In the connection, but I don't think any of these delays are, it doesn't feel like the delays are there to stay. It doesn't feel like a pause. It doesn't feel like a stop. It feels like delays. Let me put it that way. So it may not be all smooth sailing for most of you, but it also feels like you're both up for the challenge. Like, I feel like no matter what practical issues may arise or what obstacles you may have to face within this connection, both of you have the resolve to make it work. But the right time for you may be ready at different times for this connection. So there may be a bit of like a frustrating energy, or maybe you're already in this for some of you, and maybe that's why this is coming through rather than like a future energy for those of you that may not know this person. Maybe that's not a thing for you at all. But yeah, that is like a tinge. There is a tinge of frustration coming through. So I wanted to mention it, but it may not apply to every single one of you. Because this is a general reading, so please be mindful of what messages you take and ignore any messages that don't seem like they fit into your situation. Now, I want to get some additional cards to see if we're missing anything, and this was a deck gifted to me by the beautiful Christina. I will link it down below. I'm very happy with it. I've had it for 2 days and I'm already using this a lot. So if you would like to check it out, definitely do so. We have communication, connect, reach out, speak, listen. For some of you, this may be a matter of reconciliation. That's the first thing that's coming through with communication, but this is also telling me that in this connection, there is safety and there is openness to hearing each other out. There is an energy of making each other feel seen and making each other feel heard. And you may not always agree on everything, but I think you are willing to discuss things at the very least. Like, discuss openly and genuinely. We have healing, shadow work, inner child work. Yeah, I think this is a big theme in this person's energy currently. It could also be a big theme in yours. And for those of you that may already know this person, this could be talking about a triggering and healing cycle that you may have experienced with this person. It may talk about how triggering but also healing this connection has been. And as triggering, I have to also say, I don't know if I said this already, but if this is a connection where there will be triggers that come up, I think it will be just as healing as well. We have love that flew onto the floor, universal unconditional love source. The two of you are very, very connected in ways that maybe this person doesn't quite understand yet, but maybe you have a better understanding of it, maybe not. Essentially, it is there. I think there is just a very strong sense of resonance with each other and just supporting each other from wherever you are, whether you're at a distance, whether you're next to each other, no matter what shape or form this connection may take. I think the love is always there. I think the mutual appreciation, the mutual respect, the mutual admiration, I think it is there and it will stay there no matter what shape or form this connection may take. Bottom deck energy is dreams, and I think I already mentioned that this person, I mentioned something about dreams. I don't remember what now, but I think I mentioned dreams. So messages in dreams and visions. This person or you or both of you could be having dreams about each other or experiencing a lot of synchronicities around this connection as well. And we will get into those more in the extended. But for now, let's get some advice on how to bring this connection closer. If you would like to. And I also forgot to say this in pile 1, but I will say it now as I am shuffling, that I am doing a giveaway. I'm giving away a 1-question personal reading. If you would like to enter, all you have to do is comment down below. I guess I will say it in the introduction now, since I forgot to say it in pile 1. Or maybe leave a note down somewhere. But anyway, let's get into the advice. On how to draw this connection closer, or divine timing. Everything is timing, and timing is everything. Gladly, I release my concern over timing and let things happen when and as they will. I trust that the divine schedule makers know what they're doing. It can take a long time to reach divine middle management. See, this is that intervention kind of energy that I was talking about. We have options. As I open to the abundant possibilities of my life's path, I'm reminded that I always have unlimited options. Life is a buffet, and I allow myself to choose whatever makes me happiest without limiting thoughts like, you can't put mac and cheese on your baked potato. If there are people around you that will judge, or that have judged the authenticity of this connection, or have like opinions about this connection that are unwelcome, I think it's very important that you separate your own perceptions from any external information that you are receiving. So I think it's important that you trust your own intuition and your own inner voice around this connection, because it doesn't feel like your everyday thing, you know? We have connection. I'm connected to the multitudes, and I can access their support at any time. Even a stranger offers a sense of comfort when they smile at me or make a dumb comment about the weather. Everyone is waiting to connect. All I need to do is open myself up and pay attention. Note to self, work on witty banter about weather-related stuff. With options and connection, maybe some of you are still focused on someone else. Maybe that you have separated from, or maybe a situation that is not entirely serving you. And if that is the case, I think it's important that you remind yourself that you don't have to stay in situations where your energy is not being matched. That doesn't mean that once you leave a situation, it'll be gone forever. It doesn't mean that the circumstances may never change, but if current circumstances are not working out for you and there is no indication of change coming your way, like true solid indication of change coming your way, then you may want to reconsider what you are giving your energy to, and whether that makes you more closed off to other options where there may be more to explore around you. Just gonna give this 2 more shuffles. 3 more apparently. But on this note, I think this is all I have for you, since nothing else came out. If you will not be joining me in the extended, which is perfectly okay, you absolutely don't have to, I am sending you lots of love already. I hope this reading was helpful or interesting, at the very least. And take care, and bye. Hello, my beautiful pile 3s, and welcome to your reading. In today's reading, we are looking at your next or current soulmate in your life, and we will start with some oracle cards and look into who this person is and try to understand them and get to know them better. And then in the second part of the reading, we will look at the dynamic of the connection and kind of the energy between the two of you with the tarot, and then we will get some more advice. We will get some advice on how to bring this connection closer or to improve it if you already know this person. But the advice is completely optional, and so is allowing this person into your energy. We are essentially looking at what energy is available to you, but you have free will and nothing is set in stone, so you're not obligated to be with this person or anything of that sort just because this energy is coming through. That part is up to you. I'm just here to explore with you, so let's see what comes through for this person. Let's see who they are. We are starting off your reading with number 32, Time Out. And we also have an extended for this reading, by the way, before I forget, where we will look at your next or first meeting with this person, as well as any signs and synchronicities, including initials that relate to this person. And we will also get channeled messages from them in the extended. But that is also optional. So anyway, let's get back into this. We have the 5th house. Leo energy could be significant. We have the Fool. We have the Servant. We have the Seeker, all upright. We have Death. I'm learning that endings are merely beginnings. And we have Change. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. We have the Page of Wands, and we have the 2 of Wands in reverse. When I look at this spread, I see a lot of warm energy. So I feel like this is someone with a lot of passion. Someone who maybe has recently rediscovered their passion for life as well. For some of you, this could be someone who was kind of quite focused on their finances and more practical things rather than enjoying where they're at, but this feels more like a past energy. If this person is still very young and hasn't had like a career, hasn't really explored something like this, it could be that one or more of their caregivers or someone that they look up to was kind of this way. And these values could have been instilled into this person as well. But I don't think that's where they're at right now. It feels like they are breaking out of that kind of energy, and they're giving themselves a lot of freedom to express their creativity and to express their soul creatively, to express themselves creatively. They could be someone who is into any kind of art. It could be music, it could be painting, it could be writing, it could be dancing, it could be singing, it could be poetry, anything. It could be acting. But this is someone who has found a lot of joy in creative expression. And it does feel like for some of you, this person could have had a career change recently. They could have quit their job, or they could have been let go as well. But regardless, whether this was a change by choice or a change that happened outside of their control, this person is learning to appreciate the different phases of life and the different things that life has to offer. And maybe this seems like a given, a very obvious thing, but I do feel like in the past, this person may have had a very one-dimensional perception of what life has to offer, or what their path has to offer, or what their path can be. And I feel like a lot has expanded around that perception. I feel like it's like their horizons are broader now. And this person could be someone who in the past had a lot of trouble going with the flow, and who may have felt like they have to control outcomes or situations in order for them to work out for them. And otherwise they wouldn't. Like, they would always have to be in control. They would always have to be ahead of everything. They would always have to have it all figured out. But it feels like this person has been recently relaxing more into their own energy. Like, they are more comfortable and accepting with their own self. And so they're able to enjoy their present moment, to enjoy where they're at, to be grateful for being there, and to be grateful for the little things in life. It feels like their perspective has changed in a significant way where they feel a lot more freedom in their own path. So maybe they were kind of put in a box in the past and they felt like they had to be a particular way, like someone had expectations of them, maybe their parents or maybe a past partner, or maybe even their own self. But I feel like their expectations of their own self are changing and they're becoming more liberated. They're being liberated from their own self-limiting beliefs, and they're being liberated for other people's expectations for this person, about this person. And I think they're rediscovering a lot of passion, a lot of fun. Like, I feel like this person is having fun. They're getting to enjoy their life. But that doesn't mean that they live in a shallow way, because I think this is someone with a very big heart. Maybe they haven't had a lot of opportunities to show this. Maybe they haven't had a lot of opportunities where they could express themselves in a vulnerable way, in an open way. Maybe they haven't met the kind of people that would instigate that kind of behavior or encourage this person to be more open. But it feels like they maybe got to a point where they were desperate for change. And for some of you, this person could have chosen a different career path, as well as different people, a different place, so they could have moved physically outside of a situation. And for others of you, maybe this person didn't make a decision, but they experienced burnout, or they were faced with a situation where they were removed from their current circumstances in a way that is outside of their control. But regardless of the how, I feel like this change has been leading them to being more of themselves and like being who they truly want to be. It feels like a lot of passion has been ignited in this person. And I think while they may not appear very they may appear very intimidating at first, or kind of like reserved and closed off, but I think this person has a very gentle heart. But I do think they're kind of more careful with who they share their energy with. I don't think this is someone who would share their energy with everyone. I think they first kind of want to know what the other person's intentions are, so I do think they may have a bit of caution in that sense. But if someone is like okay in their book, then I think this person is very giving and I think this person likes to share. I don't think this is someone who is selfish, though in the past they may have been very selfish and self-consumed. That's not the word I was looking for, but self-consumed, self-absorbed, that's what I mean. That sounds more accurate. That sounds right. But I feel like their experiences have been making this person more selfless, where they're able to have gratitude for a lot of things in their life. And I think that perspective and that ability has been life-changing for them. And letting go of control as well, letting go of these expectations that they set for themselves. And I mean expectations that are like, you must be productive every day, or you must make a certain amount of money to be worthy. Things like this, not expectations, not letting go of expectations as in like this person has completely let go of themselves or anything of that sort. I think this is someone who is like experiencing a lot of love for themselves, maybe for the first time in their life. It's a very happy, very joyful energy that is coming through from them. And I was saying, they may appear like more reserved on the outside, but I think this is someone who's a bit of a hopeless romantic. But I don't think they would necessarily like I don't think it would necessarily be very obvious looking at them, but maybe if you look at art that they've made or things that they've written, then you kind of understand them better and understand where they're coming from better. But this is someone who maybe was sticking to a routine in the past, whether this relates to a career or just how they lived their life day to day. But this is someone who's becoming more adventurous, someone who is not afraid of change anymore, someone who's willing to explore, who's willing to experience new things, who's opening up to new possibilities, new structures in their life. I think they have a very comforting presence as well, like where you can tell that you are accepted. This feels like someone who's very warm, that people open up to very easily. Let's get into the energy of your dynamic, of the connection between the two of you. I'll give this one more shuffle, and while I'm doing this, I'll let you know that I am doing a giveaway for a 1-question personal reading. If you would like to enter, all you have to do is comment down below on this video or any other video I post from the beginning until the deadline of the giveaway. And you can find all the information on this also in the description box below. We have the Ace of Wands. This may be a connection that starts off as friends with benefits or starts off very casually. Like you may randomly hook up with each other. Or you may meet on like I don't know, it just feels like there is like a lot of chemistry from the get-go in this connection, is I think the best way to put it. And I think there's a lot of chemistry between the two of you that kind of withstands time and any changes that happen in either of your lives as well. We have the Hanged Man in reverse, Pisces energy. I will also take the top card because this is way too many. I think that's way more than we need as well, but I will take the top card because it was sticking out quite a bit to me. So we have Death and we have the Hanged Man. Scorpio and Pisces energies could be significant, but they don't have to be. But there is that transformation, there is that energy of change that also seems to be central to the dynamic between the two of you as well. We have the Two of Swords. This isn't someone who will give up on you or this connection, I think. Once they've made up their mind, it's just, that's what it is. Like, they will fight for this connection. And I don't mean this in the sense that they will try to like control the situation or try to make it work if like, or try to force it. But I think this is a connection that will feel very right to this person and they will feel very drawn to you. So it's more like, I don't see why not. I don't give this my best shot to make this work because this is something I feel very drawn to. This is something I very much like. This is someone that I want to spend more time with. So I am willing to like invest in this. That's the kind of energy that I'm getting. We have the Queen of Cups in reverse. Can we clarify the Ace of Wands, please? What is the, or let's clarify the Queen of Cups in reverse. Thank you. We have the Seven of Swords. We have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. For some of you, I feel like you may have been with this person in the past as a different version of themselves, and it may have kind of fizzled out or not worked out in the way that you had hoped for it to. And it feels like maybe if that's the case, going into this connection, you may have some doubts around this person's intentions and how they're showing up. But I feel like there is an energy here with the Two of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune in reverse that is no more, that things have changed, and that kind of streak of bad luck or just miscommunications or not really understanding each other or where the other is coming from, it feels like that fog is being lifted in this second time around. If that is not the case, and you haven't met this person before, this could refer to past trauma that you may have experienced, or past challenges, difficulties that you may have experienced in past connections. And I think it's important to discern between how this person is showing up in this connection and how other people may have treated you in the past in that case. And it's, I think, important to discern whether you are reacting from a place of reacting directly to this person's actions and what they've shown you, or whether you are reacting from a place of having experienced challenges in intimate connections in the past, and you are kind of predicting that it will be the same way and acting out of a place of protection for yourself prematurely. I think it's very important to discern where your reactions are coming from and whether they are reactions to what is in your present moment, or whether they are reactions to things that happened in the past and the thought of these things happening again. And you are the best judge of that. So I don't want to tell you one way or the other, but I get the sense that it could be a relevant reminder for some of you. And I'm not saying this in a judgy way or anything. I think it's perfectly normal to have doubts or anxieties or feeling confused going into a connection, especially if we've had past connections that were less than ideal, that may have really hurt us or may have been very difficult, challenging. I think it's very normal to have caution going into newer experiences after that. But I think it's very important to see a situation for what it is rather than what it could be. And this goes for both ways. Like, it's not the best to idealize a situation and to and to see it for the potential it has, because that can also kind of backfire where you just see the potential of something and not what it really is. But it could also be that you see potentially what could go wrong and not what is going right, and that the connection is going right and that it is okay. So it could kind of go or tip either way. So I think it's important to see this connection for what it is and see this person for what they are showing you, regardless of what they might be showing you. We have the Magician in reverse. We also have the Ten of Wands in reverse. I don't think this is someone who is very quick to want to label things. And that's not necessarily the most important thing, like the label. But I think that they may have some caution around, I don't know why that is coming through specifically, but labeling may not be something that they like to do. So it may take a while to make it official, but that doesn't mean that this person will not be investing in you or this connection until that point either, because I think that comes before and then the labeling comes after. That I feel like that person already assumes the role and then they label the role that they have already been assuming. With the Magician, we have Gemini and Virgo energies coming through as well. Can we clarify the Ace of Wands, please? For some of you, your relationship may be a bit unconventional, and I will leave it up to you what that may mean for you, but I just heard unconventional. So maybe that is a relevant theme for some of you. Maybe it's like, maybe you're like very different and people just wouldn't think it would work, which doesn't really matter. It really doesn't matter what other people think, but it just, I don't know. Something seems unconventional about it. Maybe you come from very different cultures and like one or both of your families find your connection unconventional. Maybe some of you are polyamorous, but please don't be alarmed if that's not the case. I'm not saying that for every one of you this person will be polyamorous. But for some of you, I feel like, I don't know, just unconventional is coming through. So take it however you might. And we have the Empress in reverse. Can we clarify the Empress in reverse? Why is the Empress reversed, please, universe? Why is the Empress oh, I think this person may try to impress you a little bit. Not on purpose, but kind of subconsciously. I think they may admire you already, or they may have a crush on you already, and they may try to get your attention or your approval. And they may try to impress you, like they may just make a lot of jokes around you to make you laugh. It doesn't feel like sneaky or anything. It just feels like they want to be admired by you, preferably. That's how it's coming through. Is there anything else that wants to come through? For some of you, you may not like... For some of you, you may not even be in a relationship with this person or the equivalent of that for you at all. You may... For some of you, you may just be friends with this person too, or you may like date casually. Because this also has kind of best friends energy. But there is definitely a lot of attraction, I think. So it may be like that you decide to take it slow after all. Kind of mixed in that sense. But as I was saying that, we have the Two of Wands as the bottom deck energy as I stopped shuffling. So I guess that part is, I mean, not I guess, but that part is up to you. But for some of you, you may end up like getting something other than romance from this connection, which is also perfectly okay. And soulmates don't have to be romantic. I kind of just went with that assumption because I feel like that's what people usually come for to these readings. But if you are asking about a friendship, that is also entirely possible. And the attraction that I kind of get from this energy, it could also just be energetic attraction, like not being sexually attracted to each other, but just drawn to each other energetically or intellectually. Can be interpreted many ways, really. So take these messages however they resonate. But I want to clarify now a bit more about the themes of this connection with these cards that were gifted to me by Christina, and I will link these cards down below because I really like them. I have so far very much liked working with them. I love the edges, like the sides. Now you can't really tell what's going on that well, I think, in this light, but they kind of do a little rainbow thing. But yes, let's get some more cards on more details, themes that relate to the dynamic of this connection between pile 3 and this person whose energy is coming through. We have transformation again, rebirth, change, paradigm shift. So again, that confirms that there are a lot of transformations that this person has experienced, and maybe that the two of you will experience together in this connection as well. A lot of growth, a lot of experiencing new things that maybe don't even end up being for you, but at least you experienced it, at least you gave it a try, at least now you know more of what you like and what you don't like. We have self-worth, boundaries, pride, grace. I think in this connection, you may get to practice setting healthy boundaries, and boundaries are not bad at all. I think boundaries are very necessary and nothing to feel bad or mean about. I think if like someone sets a boundary with you, it's not because they don't like you, usually, but definitely not the case in this situation either way. And if you set a boundary with someone, it doesn't mean that you don't care about them or you're being mean or you're not giving them enough. It just, I think setting boundaries shows that you respect the person enough to want to sustain and care about them enough to want to sustain your relationship. So you are expressing yourself openly and honestly and telling them how you can like sustain this connection better. And this applies for both ends, like whoever sets boundaries. We have talents, on the right path. See, this is someone who's discovering their talents, and maybe they inspire you to do the same. Maybe you both kind of end up pursuing your hobbies together, or maybe you create something together as well. I see a lot of potential for that too. We have purge, cleanse, clear, and release. And we also have masculine, direction, movement, protection, giving. This person does have quite a strong masculine energy regardless of gender, because we also have the masculine in the first part of your reading, but I also feel like this person is learning to work with this masculine energy better, so that it is not just like so it's not too much. It feels balanced and evolved in some way, or like it is evolving. But if anything, I think this is a connection filled with excitement and exploring the new, exploring new concepts and exploring maybe new places, new experiences. Now let's get some advice on how if you would like to bring this person closer, how you could bring them closer. Whether this is closer physically or closer in terms of the connection that the two of you share. Beauty. I'm beautiful even when I don't think it. I'm beautiful even when I don't see it. I'm beautiful no matter how many people don't say it. I'm beautiful when I don't even care if you know it. I'm beautiful, which is why I don't have to try so hard all the time to show it. I think this person will definitely be drawn to your natural energy and just your natural self. And you should never have to, like, I don't know, prove your beauty to anyone. Because it doesn't matter because that's secondary. Your own opinion is what matters the most. So what matters the most is that you are a version of yourself that you like, that you can give love to, that you know deserves compassion and kindness. And I think this is all about knowing your own self-worth and seeing the beauty in your own self first. And other people probably already see it, but sometimes it's hard to see it in ourselves. Maybe we just spend too much time with ourselves, you know? Because if you spend uninterrupted time with someone else, sometimes it's normal to get like annoyed with something that they do too. And I think it works the same way with ourselves. Maybe we just forget to appreciate the unique things that make us us. But that's no reason to shit on ourselves. You know, life is already confusing and weird enough without you being hard on yourself. So you may as well try to make it a bit easier. You gotta be your own best friend. Because I said this in another pile and in many other readings, I think, but you are the one person who will always be there for 100% of your life. There will be no one else who will be there as much. So I think your own relationship with your own self is a very, very, very significant one, if not the most important relationship you will ever have. So I think it's very important to be able to give yourself compassion and love and kindness and to appreciate yourself for who you are. You don't have to be perfect. You are still beautiful. And no one's perfect anyway. That's not even realistic. We're realistic on this channel. But yes, let's read this card. We have love. Love is a many-splendored thing. Today I will notice and appreciate at least 3 of those splendors, like the fact that puppies make me feel like a parent, or the surge of self-congratulation I feel when I sink a 3-point trash basket shot on the first try, or how about the chills I get while singing along to pick your song. Whatever song makes you feel really good. Bottom deck energy is no need to do. I am exactly where I need to be, exactly when I need to be. There's nothing more I need to do. I mean, yes, there will always be laundry and taxes, but in terms of my life's path, I don't need to do anything because I am already here. I take a deep breath, relax, and trust, and then do laundry. I think this is very telling of where this person might be. At the time of your meeting, or like at this point in their life in general. I think they're learning to be more present and to have more gratitude. And I think the same energy could serve you as well, to bring you more into your present moment and to allow things to flow to you easier, because you are in the present, you're not in the future or the past. And partially in the present, you are in the present, so you're able to receive blessings, people, things that come your way. Is there anything else that wants to come through? Any other advice? So I don't think you have to like do anything specific to call in this person, besides literally just being yourself and accepting yourself for who you are and understanding that there isn't a lack of love. There is love everywhere. You just have to be open to seeing it and to experiencing it with yourself as well. Because I think that will attract way more of it into your life too. Or make you notice that there's a whole lot more love already in your life than you may realize, which I think again attracts more of it. But yes, on this note, this is all I have for you. If you are not joining me in the extended, which is perfectly okay, I am sending you lots of love and thank you for sharing your energy with me. Take care and bye.